All right. I hope you all can hear me and also see me. There were a few hiccups this week with filming. So sorry for the delay. There was like they were mowing the lawn and doing like work on all the hedges outside of where we live the whole week. And I filmed a little bit, and I realized you could hear all the sound of the lawnmower and the leaf blowers and stuff. So not very relaxing. Um, yeah, so I hope that they're done and it won't happen again. So today we will start on the back. We've done this one before, um, and I'll just show you what you can do with your legs. And make sure that you have a good setup for that. If you like, just play some music, like classical or um, I think I gave some suggestions earlier in a comment, um, and feel free to ask me about that. Yeah, you'll need something to roll, like a blanket or a yoga mat or a large towel or yeah, something like that. Maybe a pillow for your head. And then if you have yoga blocks, then that would be nice. Otherwise, just two more pillows for under your knees. Yeah, let's get down to it. So, for the blanket or the roll it so that you have a long shape like this, which you place on your mat. And then pillows for your knees and maybe a pillow for your head. And you sit down in front of your roll. Oh, the mat's not in view. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's a little better. And you sit down in front of it. Then you recline. So your spine is fully supported. Now, if you're very tall and or your roll is too short for your spine, maybe you need something else to support your head. You bring the soles of your feet together and support your knees with your pillows. Make sure that this is comfortable, that you're warm enough. Your hands, you may rest them just however feels natural for you. It can be nice to actually place them on something. So maybe if you have another pillow under your hands, that's fine. You take a moment here, give yourself a moment to settle down. If you have to make any adjustments to the way that you're lying down here, then please do so. It's not really serving you if you're uncomfortable in these poses. So please do take care of yourself. And if you need any help or if you have a question, if you're doing something right, then just feel free to ask me anytime. As you've settled, and take a moment to notice how you feel in your body, but also your thoughts and emotions. You can just acknowledge all the things that come up. Now is not the time to engage with them. You are just here to observe. And you bring your attention further inwards. And notice how you are breathing. And maybe you can put some words and describe the quality of your breath. But again, you don't have to change it. You are here to observe. And also observe the pause. There is a pause in the breathing, a moment of stillness after every inhale and every exhale. Observe this pause. And maybe you can allow the pause to last a bit longer. Every exhale, you allow your body to become a bit heavier. Your skin to be soft, especially all around your face and neck. Observe the pause. If you want, if you need to concentrate some more, if you find that your mind wanders away, then maybe it's helpful to count your breath. Inhale is 1. Pause and then exhale. 2. The next inhale is 3, and so forth. So you don't change how long you're breathing. You can just count. You count to 10. And if you reach 10, then you count backwards, back to 1. If you lose count along the way and you notice this, then you can simply start over at 1. And also, if you've counted all the way to 10 and backwards, then you just continue to count upwards to 10 again. The success of this exercise is not if you actually manage to count to a certain number, but if you notice yourself not concentrating anymore and then being able to bring your attention back to what you were doing, which was counting your breath. Every time you lose count, you just start back at 1. You can consider that to be a very successful exercise if you caught yourself losing count. And let's return to letting your mind wander. Let go of the exercise. Inhale a little bit deeper. And exhale through your mouth. Blow the air out through your lips. 2 more like that. Inhale a bit deeper. And exhale through your mouth. 1 more. And you, with your hands, you bring your knees together. roll off of your roll. You first roll to your side. Use your hands to press yourself up to a seat. I find a good way to sit. We'll sit upright for a little bit. Maybe you want to sit on something. I like to sit on a folded blanket, so feel free to dismantle your roll. And I realized as soon as we were lying down that I could hear my upstairs neighbors vacuuming rather vigorously. So maybe this week we were just meant to have a bit of a noisy class. I hope it's okay for you. So as you're sitting here, first rest your hands. And remember that you don't have to sit cross-legged if that is uncomfortable for you. You are welcome to just straighten any leg or bring your lower legs behind you till you sit more onto your heels if that's better. There is not really a wrong way to sit as long as your spine can be nice and tall. Allow for the natural curves. So the lower back curves in a bit. The upper back can slightly round, that's fine. And the neck curves in a bit, but your head is not hanging forwards. Your ears are perched neatly on top of your shoulders. And roll your right shoulder backwards. And your left. Your right shoulder. And again the left. We do a couple of shoulder rolls. Rolling the shoulder backwards. And they don't have to be the biggest ones that you can make. You don't need to look for any popping or cracking sound. If they happen, that's okay. There's no need to strain any muscles when you're doing this. Just rolling the shoulders. And release, roll both together. And relax. And allow your right ear to hang towards your right shoulder. So you lengthen the left side of your neck. If you want a bit more stretch, then maybe add the weight of your arm by placing your right hand on your left ear. You can also change the stretch a bit. Right now your left hand is still resting on your lap, but you can also bring it more to the side. See what that does. It's more forwards or more backwards. You can change the muscles where we feel this stretch a bit. And also the angle that you make with your neck. If you roll the chin in towards your chest a bit more, maybe think of it as bringing your nose towards your right armpit, you can find a good spot where you need this stretch. So we want to stretch the muscles here on the side of the neck. And clench your lower jaw. And maybe if your hand is on your head, you press your head into your hand, hold for a bit. And then you inhale there, keep the light pressure. And as you exhale, you relax and see if that might move your head further to the side. And then you use your hand to help your head back up. Rest both hands. Stay here upright for a bit. Maybe change the way that you're sitting. If your legs are falling asleep, if it feels like you need to wiggle a bit, then please wiggle. And you get ready for the next side. So we start with both hands resting somewhere on our lap or our knees. And left ear to left shoulder. If you want, add the weight of your left arm. If you want, the right hand, you can reach it more down next to you. If you want to change the angle slightly, then go for it and turn your nose more towards your left armpit. Unclench your lower jaw. Maybe try the contract, relax technique again, where you first press your head lightly into your hand. You press. It doesn't have to be the most extreme press back of your head you can do. And you inhale there. And as you exhale, you allow your head to go more towards the side. And then with the help of your hand, you bring your head back upright. Let's sit upright here for a bit. Allow the muscles to adjust to their new position. All the little joints in your cervical spine, in your neck, to accommodate this position. And maybe make a gentle shoulder roll. And then lie down on your back, please. Without anything with you or under you. Make sure you have the space. We're going to do a few twists as well, so make sure that your knees really have the space. At first here, your feet are behind your hips, and your head just rolls from left to right. And nose back up towards the ceiling. And extend your right leg up. Hold your leg at the back. And it's okay if it's not completely straight or if you don't hold it very high. Like push your thigh into your hands. And circle your ankle. Do both ways. Point and flex the foot. So that means toes away from you and toes towards your knee. Toes away. So you lengthen the top of your foot, the front of your ankle. Toes towards you, ankle more towards the ceiling, heel more towards the ceiling. And you keep the foot flexed. Let go of your right leg and place your ankle on your left thigh. Maybe you already feel a stretch in your outer right hip, or maybe you need to bring your left thigh towards you. And your legs hold the shape that they have now. You release, place your left foot back into the mat and extend your arms out to the side. Then you let your knee and foot together drop to the left. So the right foot lands flat into the floor. Your right knee, you let that point towards the ceiling a bit. As if you want your right leg to fall back to the right, but your left leg is stopping it. If you want, your head can roll to the right. Work your way back to the middle. Place your feet behind your hips, your arms next to your body. Lift your hips just a little bit and give them a good shake. Really shake your hips out, loose. Then lower down. Let's do the left side. So left leg up. Hold your thigh at the back. Keep the knee a little bit bent if you need to. That's no big deal at all. Circle your ankle. If some popping and cracking noises happen, that's no big deal. Some fluid moving in your joint. Point and flex the foot a few times. Keep the foot flexed. Place your left ankle on your right thigh. And stay like this, or pull the right thigh more towards you. Now your right foot can be relaxed, but the left toes, keep pulling those towards your knee. And place your right foot into the floor. Spread your arms. And then you let your left foot and right knee together roll to the right. So your left foot lands into the floor. And instead of letting the left knee come all the way down to the right floor, you want your knee to point somewhat up towards the ceiling, like your leg is rolling back out to the left. But it's stopped by your right thigh. Maybe you want your head to roll to the left. Bring everything back to the center. Place your feet behind your hips again. Lift them and shake them out. And you lower your hips down. And allow for the natural curve of your lower back. So it's okay if you have a hand that fits under your lower back. So there can be a slight arching there. That's fine. You could even, if you want for the next exercise, keep a hand there to make sure that you have that curve. Or you can just release your hands. Now what I want you to do is shorten the front of your body a bit. So you pull your lower ribs together, your belly button in, so that this whole area between your hips and your ribs feels like it's firming up. You are allowed to breathe, of course, and naturally this way you will breathe a bit more into your ribcage. That's no big deal. Just try to keep that area firm whilst you allow for a curve in your lower back. And keep that firm. Lift your feet. Keep the area firm. So the torso is very stable. Tap the floor with your right foot and bring it back up. Tap the floor with your left foot and bring it back up. So really nothing much moves. At least not around your torso, not in your hips, not in your pelvis. Don't forget to breathe. I'm hoping you feel a contraction, that you feel that your core has to work for this. If you can, keep the front of your neck soft. One more round. Relax and straighten your legs in front of you, arms overhead, so you get a big stretch. And what we're doing here is that we're working with transverse abdominis. It's like a big muscle in your belly that goes all the way from the back of your back, from your spine. It wraps all the way around you to the front. And it's a good one. It helps us to keep some length throughout the day. We're getting some more into that and also into the hips. Now again, place your feet behind your hips. Now find that neutral spine. So it's okay if there is a bit of a curve in your lower back. We don't want too much of a curve so that your whole arm fits under there, but a hand should be okay. A bit more than a hand is also fine. It's not, we can all be a bit different. So as long as you can find that contraction here, you knit the front of your ribs together. You feel that firmness all around you. And again, lift your feet. And it's okay if your feet are not up towards the ceiling. If your heels dangle a little bit, no big deal. Keep your torso and hips as stable as you can. And then make a circle with your right knee. Just a very small circle. You can't see the right knee, huh? You try to keep the torso and the hips as stable as you can. So it's really just the thigh, the bone of the upper leg that moves around in the hip socket. Everything else stays very still. And also circle the other way. A small circle. And place your feet into the ground for a moment. Relax. Then again, contract. Make the front of your body strong. Can help to exhale as you do so. Allow for that natural curve in your lower back. Let the hands slide under there. And lift your feet. And again, circle. This time the other knee. Nothing moves except for your thigh, your knee. Also circle the other way. And if you can, keep the front of your neck around your throat. Keep that area soft. Now release. Place your feet into your mat, lift your hips and give them a really good shake. Then we roll to the belly from here. You just roll over. And come up to your elbows. Let's stretch a little bit the front of our body. Place the tops of your feet onto the floor. Wiggle your feet back. You push your tailbone down. And again, you do that contraction where you knit the front of your ribs together. And it might feel like you're rounding your spine a bit. That's fine. Press your elbows down. Then you widen your collarbones. You keep that contraction in your belly around your low ribs and belly button. You move your chest forwards. Inhale here. And exhale, release. Come onto your forehead, rest for a moment. And again, tone your abs like you just did. Lift your right leg, just the right leg. Place it down and lift the left leg. Place it down, lift the right. And down, lift the left. Down, again the right. And the left. A little bit faster. Maybe you don't actually place your feet down on the ground. To keep your legs lifted. You keep going like this, or lift your torso or your chest as well and extend your arms forwards. Keep breathing. And relax. Let your heels roll out here, toes roll in. Place your hands next to your ribs and press yourself to your hands and your knees. You're on your hands and your knees. Let's do cat-cow. As you inhale, you arch your spine, look forwards. And as you exhale, round, look between your legs. A few like that. Or if you want to add other movements, maybe you circle your hips or you move your spine in sort of a round motion. It's all good. Finish the round that you're on and sit your hips onto your heels. Bring your arms forwards. Bring your thumbs into the palms of your hands and then your fingers around your thumbs. You don't have to give your thumb a squeeze. Bring your knuckles down towards the floor. To make this stretch in your wrists bigger, maybe bend your elbows. Keep turning your knuckles down towards the floor. It's a good one to do if you work behind your desk. Sit up tall here. Lengthen your spine. And see if you can figure out how to contract like the front of your body without hunching forward. Just a light engagement. You can still breathe with ease. If that's tricky, no big deal. It's a bit tricky. Release, shake your hands out. And we are already going to work our way down to the end relaxation pose, which you may do in any way that you like. You don't have to do it on your back. Side or belly is also fine. What you can do, what I sometimes do, and what might be nice to know if you are working and you have, for instance, a chair with you. Your office chair might not look like this, but you can use it for the same purpose, is that you bring your lower legs, it's too high actually with the pillow in, that you bring your lower legs onto the seat of the chair so that they are up a bit. feel free to do so. Now, if you notice that your knees are rolling out, then it can help to wrap something around your thighs. And this can be a scarf, a belt. I like sometimes to use a blanket for it as well. Is that kind of prevents my lower legs are now resting on a blanket, so it prevents my knees from rolling out, and therefore I have a bit more space in the low back. If you're trying this and you're like, no, not for me, or not today, then no worries. You just don't do it. You rest on your back or any other position that you like to rest in. We will rest here for a good amount of time to really give you some time to do nothing, to relax, to recharge. Allow yourself to settle down and make any adjustments if you need to make them. If you feel like you're going to get cold, make sure you won't. Cover yourself. Make sure the back of your neck can be long. Allow yourself to listen to all the sounds around you. Sounds from far away. Maybe the sound of your own breath. And try to identify three sounds. Then you turn your focus to something else. And bring your attention to things you can feel. So this might be the temperature of the air around you, or the fabric of your clothes. The pressure of the floor or whatever you're resting on under you. The space between your arms and your body. There's a whole number of things you can feel. Maybe you feel the rhythm of your breath or your heartbeat. And identify three things you can feel. And move on to visualizing some objects that you know are around you. For instance, I am visualizing what this CD looks like because they're right next to me and I know that. And then the shape and color of my meditation pillow. One of my plants. You are surrounded by things. You pick three. And you look at them through your mind's eye. Now we bring a focus back to sounds. This time you identify two. Now back to sensations. Identify two. Back to objects. Visualize two. Into sounds, and this time you identify one. One sensation. And one object. Now repeat this entire exercise for yourself. First, you start with three of each category, then with two, then one. They don't have to be new things, but they can be. Let this exercise go. And allow your mind to just do what it wants to do. Inhale deeper. And exhale through your mouth. Slowly let go of the air. And 2 more, like that. Bigger breath in. A full and soft exhale. Bigger breath in. The full exhale. And wake your body up in your own way. If your legs are up a chair, maybe it's nice to hug your knees into your chest. And gently rock from side to side before you roll to your side. If you're resting in any other way, then you just make sure that you wake up. You roll to your side eventually. And once you are there, you use your hands to press yourself back up to a seat. Now find a way to sit up tall. Spine is tall. Shoulders soft. Keep your hands where they are, or bring them together in front of your heart. As you inhale, sit a bit taller. And as you exhale, relax a bit more. Bow your head to your heart and give yourself a big smile. And I thank you all for your practice. And have a really good day. See you next time. Please feel free to ask questions, and you can always send me a message, or if you would rather do it by email, Balans has my email address, so don't hesitate to ask. See you next time.